If Michael Jackson was the undisputed king of pop, then his baby sister Janet is its princess. When I recently sat down with her, barely 5 months after his death, I couldn't help but see so much of him in her. Shy and soft-spoken offstage, ferocious onstage. I also saw the part so few of us ever get to see, her humor. Even in mourning, she laughed. But most of all, she remembered a life together. She's part of music royalty, the youngest of the 9 Jackson children. One of the most famous musical families in the world. But when Michael Jackson is your brother, there's a lot to live up to. Long ago, Janet Jackson staked out her own claim to become a music icon with videos like Love Will Never Do. It's easy to see why Janet Jackson is the princess of pop. But this summer, America saw Janet Jackson as we've never seen her before, as a grieving sister, a bereaved aunt.
I just wanted to say, speak up, sweetheart, speak up.
After the memorial, she walled herself in silence. 2 months later, at the Video Music Awards, she staged a moving tribute to her brother. There he is, the king of pop, larger than life, and dancing with his sister one last time, together, yet apart.
My brother, I was thinking about him and just hoping that I put a smile on his face.
She has fiercely guarded her private thoughts about the death of her beloved brother. But now she takes us behind these closed doors into her sanctuary from prying eyes and probing questions.
I think it's important for everyone. Your little getaway, your little safe haven, your little hole in the wall to reach out. Everybody needs that.
Here in this starkly elegant beach house in Malibu, she spoke to us for the first time about loss, love, and what remains. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well.
You in a good place?
Yes, I am.
Her home is filled with memories. This photo was taken at a family gathering the last time she saw her brother. It must be very special.
Very.
To have that photograph. Who were you closest to when you were growing up?
Mike.
The last time you saw Michael was around your birthday.
2 days before my birthday.
Did you tell him you loved him?
No, it was the last thing we said to one another.
It was.
Yeah. And said, I love you. He says, I love you too, Dunk.
You wrote, I can't describe our pain in losing our brother, or the pain of his children in losing their father, or the pain of my parents in losing their son. I still have not seen the film This Is It. I still can't watch any of his videos, listen to his music. I'm certain that one day I'll again be able to enjoy the miraculous sound of his voice and the marvelous sight of his dancing, but that day has not yet arrived. The mourning continues. Where are you in that process, Janet, at this point?
Actually, since I finally was able to, I was in Paris. And it was one of those moments. Yeah, we were incredibly close.
When was the last time you had seen him?
2 days before my birthday.
And what was that like?
Fun. Fun. We had a lot of fun laughing, and he was sitting in front of me and just cracking up, laughing at me.
What do you miss most about him?
For me, his silliness, his love, how much fun we used to have together. We would practically do everything together, from morning till night, every day. At some point, you have to move on, and trying to do that, and it being really difficult. And there's still not a day that goes by where I don't think about him. Not one day, not one day. And kind of pushing myself, forcing myself to a certain degree to get over this, because it's not the healthiest.
It'd be debilitating, I'm
yes,
sure, emotionally.
Yes, very much so. And I just spent the night just watching all his videos, listening to his music. And there were moments when I felt to cry, and moments that made me laugh. And it was good for me. I needed it. I guess out of everyone in my family, I never had that moment to cry about his death.
Why didn't you have that moment?
I don't know if it was trying to shield the pain or just trying to hold it all together, because I saw that everyone else around me was falling apart, and never taking that moment to really grieve, even at the service.
That night in Paris, did you really grieve?
There's more to come. I know there's more to come.
Yeah.
But for now, yeah.
The only word we can use for this lady is legend. And she's embarking on a 35-city tour to
You talk about excited, that's us. And we cannot wait to get back there and perform for you guys. And just to have a good time, so thank you.
So why did you choose to do this tour in a more intimate setting?
This tour is for the fans. It's dedicated to the fans. It's my way of saying thank you. It's different from doing stadiums or huge arenas. I can see everyone. It's just myself, the band, and the dancers. There are no explosions, no frills, just us. I do, I guess you would call it a virtual duet with my brother Mike, Scream, and I love it. It's one of my favorite moments in the show. I was writing in the studio like crazy, trying to come up with a track, because he was in New York finishing his album, and I was in Minneapolis creating all different tracks for him, and just lots of different types, and to present to him to see which he liked, which one he would like best, and he chose Scream. He chose that track, and then he and I worked on the melody and the lyrical content together, and it was really representing what he was going through at that time in his life, which was a ton of drama, and me being the little sister that my role and still my role to this day, and will always be having his back, being the little sister, and supporting him, and being the little sister that my role, and still my role to this day, and will always be having his back, being the little sister, and supporting him, and it just brings back all of those memories, and then recording the actual song, and then the memory of shooting the video, and the most expensive video ever shot. It was a lot of hard work and a great deal of fun. I'll never forget those memories.
Just a little more. Just a little more. Just a little more now. No sleep. Yeah.
Elbow Grease Productions, in association with MichaelJacksonInsider.com, presents
a prank by a local disc jockey scares some Michael Jackson fans. The DJ reported that the King of Pop had died from a drug overdose. It was a joke, but not everybody's laughing. Chris Ornelas is here with what people are saying about the hoax. Chris.
Well, Antoinette, here in our newsroom, we got a flood of calls from people wanting to know if it was true and asking why we weren't reporting the death of a music icon. The short answer is we didn't report it because it didn't happen.
The hoax happened yesterday on 97.7 The Wild. It's a rhythm and blues station owned by American General Media. A DJ reported on the air that the 50-year-old moonwalker had died from an overdose. We left a message with the program director, but he never called us back. A man who answered the phone at the station, as well as several viewers, confirmed the prank.
Well, I think it's pretty cold if it's not true, if they're just spreading that as a rumor.
It seems pretty irresponsible reporting. It's not really funny to play around with things like that, somebody's life, or if they're deceased or not.
When it hit the airwaves late yesterday afternoon, many hardcore Michael Jackson fans were distraught.
I would never take it as true just because I heard it on the radio. I mean, I would certainly try to verify it, see if it were really true.
One man wrote us an email saying that it was a tasteless joke that upset a lot of people. The DJ who pulled the stunt has reportedly been reprimanded.
It doesn't seem like that big of a deal because I feel like, you know, with celebrities, people are always making up stories.
I don't think anything should happen to them. Just think they need to find something better to do.
We did some digging and found what might be the beginning of the rumor turned prank. A Jackson biographer told British newspapers yesterday that Jackson was seriously ill.
This one got ugly today. Tonight, Michael Jackson is not dead, despite what you might have heard on a local radio station earlier today. Bora Kim live in Stockton with a prank that certainly has the whole town talking.
That's right, Palace, and it was a text message joke that one of the DJs here at Kwin received. and decided to read on the air. Well, sure got a lot of reactions from listeners, including one member of the extended Jackson family.
I can't believe you do something like that. I love Michael Jackson. Is he dead?
This K-Win morning radio duo did start something.
Ma'am, it was a joke.
Told thousands of listeners, tribute song and all, that Michael Jackson was dead. Died last night in Las Vegas.
Amanda King and Double J in the morning. People are upset. People are crying.
The community is outraged.
Did he really die?
The punchline was Associated Press is reporting that he has eaten some 12-year-old spoiled nuts.
12-year-old nuts. What the hell's wrong with you, boy?
News spread quickly. Other media outlets began getting calls. Our assignment desk at CBS 13 fielded at least a dozen. Emails poured in from drivers saying they had to pull over to cry. And while some gave the duo props for originality,
I had a good laugh.
Others, well, demanded the DJ beat it and moonwalk out the door.
And I really think you need to get fired. That's not funny at all. Just so you know, I've already called all of your bosses, and I'm calling the f***ing FCC.
If you're wondering what Jacko thought about this, you'll have to ask him. What we know is that at least one member of the Jackson clan, his cousin Peaches, didn't mind it at all.
If you know Double J, you can't take anything pretty much he says serious. Matter of fact, you know, Michael thinks he's funny half the time.
Double J says he's Michael's friend. Been to the Neverland Ranch several times as a guest. Why he would diss a friend, some listeners can't understand.
I don't believe you are a friend of the Jacksons or any of them. I hope the big boss man doesn't suspend you, because that just proves how many people listen to your show.
Now, back here live, a FCC spokesperson tells me that he has not heard about this prank and referred us to the FCC guidelines, which states that broadcasters must basically say that this is a hoax, that it is a prank, and as long as it doesn't cause public harm, they may be out of hot water, but of course the FCC must decide on that.
Yeah, that's going to be up to the FCC to figure out.
A part of a news article from Weekly World News, and if you look at Weekly World News in 1994, they had predicted that Michael Jackson planned to fake his own death, and coincidentally that article was republished 5 days before the death announcement. And we were told right here in print on June 25th, 2009, the death announcement date, that Michael Jackson faked his death. Thousands believed Tupac did it. Millions believed Elvis did it. But did Michael Jackson really do it? E-movie book, Pseudocide, Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life? By author Pearl Jr. It's the most shocking true story of our lifetime. Order yours today. Go to michaeljacksonpseudocide.com. That's michaeljacksonpseudocide.com.
While facing off against a myth about identity theft, wow, Adam and Jamie had incredibly accurate handmade masks made.
Oh my God, now I have the power! Don't you find this a little weird?
Yeah, it is. And of course, it led to a whole heap of hilarious hijinks.
This is my brother, Jamie. I may be biased, but I think it's an improvement.
Some of which we couldn't fit into the show. So here you go.
Oh, yes, I'm feeling very handsome today. I was thinking of going someplace and kicking a puppy, then they blame it on you. Next! 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 That's it, I'm almost singing it. These things are heavy. My teeth are falling out. It's no good. How's my beret? It's not bad. Hello. Hello. Little known fact, I traveled with the Bushmen of the Kalahari for well over a decade. Thanks very much. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. It's the morning. I feel like perhaps a tin can or a paper towel with something delicious. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, I think I'll strut around the town. Goodbye.
Where's Jamie, Zero? Where's Jamie? Where's Jamie?
Ah, good girl. That's the control. Okay, Zero. Speak. Good girl. Zero's a highly trained dog. Now let's...
Where's Jamie? Go get him. Where's Jamie? Where's Jamie?
Good girl, Zero. Good girl. She's very confused. Go! Go! Stop! 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 I can't wait to get back into my normal clothes. Me neither.